So, Doctor Who Series 11 had a panel at Hall H at Comic Con today, and they showed off the first trailer, the first official trailer for Doctor Who Series 11. And personally, for me, I felt like it was more of a teaser. Really, for me personally, I wanted more, because this entire trailer is basically just, okay, the Doctor basically saying like, "Hey, I'm not very good at this, but would you guys like to be my friends?" And then, but while she's saying this, saying that in voiceover, we seeing this random locations. They're walking in like this location and that white shot, They're running, to one place. Them, walking up a hill, all that kind of stuff. And then face close-ups on the opinions. And then it's like the end tag is the Doctor saying, "Well, this is gonna be fun. This is exciting, isn't it?" And then it jumps to the title card. I'm like, I want more. For me, I wanted to get a little more get to understand the personality over this Doctor. I would like to have a little sense of the opinions, get to understand what their personalities are like. I want a sense of the monsters. Like, I get it, you don't want to spoil every monster, but even if you're throwing some classic ones in there. But for me, I wanted a sense like, okay, what is this Doctor facing? And it might be the whole thing like, you had to go away and see, but it feels just a little bit too, like, just show like even a foot of one of the monsters, or a side of one, and maybe people will analyze what it could be. Maybe it's one of the classic monsters from one of the monsters that are from the classic series that never got that hasn't been brought back yet. So I mean, personally for me, I kind of wanted more from it. Maybe that's how BBC does it. I get spoiled from how America does their trailers. That is basically Titans and the Netflix trailers and all that kind of stuff, where they show you like 3 minutes of the first episode. Panel, right? They showed what the Doctor's sonic screwdriver is going to look like, and I will say this: it's a very different type of sonic screwdriver. Now, the picture I'm going to show you guys is, I believe, the toy. Like, people like at the convention could get an early version of it, and I believe it. I think it's a very different type of sonic screwdriver. I think the best one out of the bunch is probably Matt Smith's 11th Doctor's screwdriver, just because I just like the style and the fabric and all that kind of stuff. But also, what I kind of like from this screwdriver, it kind of has this alien look. It looks alien versus, and it seems like it's handmade. So maybe the Doctor's going to make the screwdriver versus like, in the Stephen Moffat years, it's just like, oh, boom, the TARDIS just spits out a screwdriver for you, Doctor, everything's fine, So I like that, that it might get built. But I would say this, it's better than Peter Capaldi's screwdriver. For me, that Peter Capaldi's screwdriver, the blue one, just looked like a toy. It just looked like, hey, we need to sell some toys, so give your current Doctor a screwdriver, and it's like, here you go. Just looks like a giant disto ball, and it's like, just looks like a toy. It doesn't feel as useful. It doesn't fit well with the actual universe itself at that point in time. But yeah, so that's my thoughts over the trailer and even the screwdriver itself.